notice how we didn't talk interest whatsoever? That's a badass deal. You're not going to get a straight out cash offer for $55,000 from an investor. You need 20 connects a day. You need to talk to 20 people a day. You gotta know how to work your leads, y'all. Like, pay attention, because this is it. It's easy. I just sent 300 blast text messages out to some of my partners' leads. Although I do have warm leads and contract follow-ups I need to do, I'm going to hit these first because they're hot. All right. People are calling me from my text message. So let's go ahead and give them a call. This one is out in Livingston, Texas. She just called us right now.
Mitzi, may I help you?
Hey, is this Mitzi?
Yes.
This is Travis Wells. You just called me. I just texted you, so I'm assuming you still have a property you'd like to sell.
Yes.
Is it the one off Longleaf?
Yes.
How much you want for it?
I don't know why I wasn't doing better question.
I'm sorry?
I'd like to get, I gave 55 for it.
Okay, you mind telling me a little bit about it?
Yeah. I think it's approximately 800, no, a little less under 900 square feet. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. It's in Cedar Point subdivision, which borders Lake Livingston, and it's a gated community. Other than the gated community, there isn't anything special about it. But they can having boat access, and it's on 4 lots, 4 small lots, I guess, but 4 lots. So my mom owned the house for 10 years or so, and then she sold it to my daughter like 3-4 years ago. And anyways, long story short, my daughter abandoned it, and it doesn't look anything like what it looked like when I put it that way.
Okay.
It's got a metal roof. It needs some work, obviously, and it's on pure beam. I think it might have cedar siding. It's got a metal roof. I don't know if I said that.
Yeah.
It doesn't have air and heat. It's got a wall unit, AC, and which I don't think works that well. And it's got a wall unit heater. And then it's got a couple little window units. But it's got this deck.
Okay. And you said it needed work. What kind of work? I know you mentioned the roof. What other kind of work do you think it needs?
So there's a couple of pipes that probably, I know that because I fixed one of them, and then the other ones I haven't. I just decided I'm selling it as is.
Yeah.
That and so because it was nobody lived in it, or oh God, probably a year. Oh, there's one cracked window. The windows are single pane. The front door jamb needs to be replaced. It's like it's been kicked in too many times to get in or something, that they locked themselves out. There's no leaks, like roof leaks or anything like that I can see. And there was pretty it had some nice rat activity. So there's some sheetrock repair that's got to be done.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Small holes where they gnawed through.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's some cracked tile. There's some tile cracks. Yeah, it needs to be painted.
two options I could help with. So I could do the 55 and cover closing costs, but we wouldn't be the buyer at 55. We'd have to be lower for a cash offer, but we'd still cover the closing costs. We just market it. We have a MLS partner there. We have a call center. My cash offer would be about 25,000 less, but I could help either way. If you want the 55, I could do it. If you don't care that I'm not the buyer, if you don't care if somebody else is the buyer, I'll give that route hell. I think it looks like we'd be able to have a good potential with that. If not, my cash offer's 30.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'll sell it myself.
Okay. You don't want to do either of those options?
No. Okay, explain.
I'm sorry?
Explain the second option, the 55 option.
So we'll cover closing costs at that option. Give me just a second. Hang on. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, at the 55, we'll market it. I know you said you can market it. I don't know if you're a real estate expert or not. We move hundreds of houses a year, and we'd still cover the closing costs. I think it's important to have somebody that does this every day, all day for a living. I know people always say, because I talk to homeowners all day, every day, and they're like, I'll just do it. And then a year later, it's sitting there, or they got it under contract by somebody that is trying to find a buyer. Actually, they're not the actual buyer, and they're locked up in this thing because they don't know what to look for. I just like being completely transparent. I think you're going to get beat up all day by cash buyers because I am a cash buyer. And the way that this would have to work is we'd have to get it 30% under as is market value. And I think as is market value is 70. And we'd have to be 30% under that to buy it cash. Just from what you're telling me. But if you're okay netting 55, we'll take care of everything. We're still covering the closing costs.
All right, so you're saying you're going to sell it as is. You're not going to do any work to it. You're going to sell it as is.
Yes. We have a call center. We blast everybody. Agents, realtors. We have connections, a lot of connections in that area.
Yeah.
And we only show our
And
quality.
I'm going to give y'all 30% to sell it.
I'm not. I think you misunderstood me. I'm telling you, if I were to buy it, I'd be 30% under market value, and so would any other cash buyer. You can call.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You could call 100 cash buyers right now, and one or two things is going to happen. I've been doing this 20 years. All right, one or two things is going to happen. They're going to say, yeah, we can do that. They're going to put this under contract, and they're going to go try to find a buyer without telling you. All right, and then they're going to try to sign that contract. All right, and then they're going to try to beat you down because the cash buyer's not going to pay 55 with what you've told me. Or they're going to give you the same offer that I gave you in the 30s for cash, because that's what makes sense cash from what you told me. But you're probably like, how are you going to get 55 then? There is less sophisticated buyers out there on the retail market that do still pay cash or can get a conventional loan where things don't have to be perfect. They can buy as is. So I wasn't saying I'm going to make 30% that route. I'm going to pay you $55,000, and that's what you're going to net if we go that route. I was just telling you I can give you what you want. I'm just not writing the check. If you don't mind who's writing the check, I'd love to work for you.
Okay, so basically you're just putting it under contract to sell the house.
On the 55 option. Yeah, on the cash option, I would be the buyer. And I could close whenever you wanted.
Yeah. So, what I don't understand is if nothing's getting fixed, I don't see where you're going to get, unless you, I just don't very much more than that. If this was it to sell it reasonably quick,
like I said, you have a few comps that aren't the greatest, around 70. We wouldn't make a huge fee or anything after we paid closing costs. I'm just trying to help at that point. We're still going to make a little money. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't. And say we are getting lower offers, I'll talk to you about it. But I just think the money, if the total amount you get's the most important thing to you, that would be the best route. If you just want to move quick and get this thing off your hands, cool. I'll pay you $35,000.
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah.
Does that make sense? I hope I'm explaining this correctly. I just like to shoot you straight because there's a lot of BS out there. I am shooting you completely straight.
Like if it was repaired, if it was, I don't like as is. It's hard to find comps or something like that, but as is. I think 55 would definitely sell pretty quick, but that's not what you're talking about because you have to make money.
Yeah, I'd mark it up a little bit.
But basically, really, you're not doing anything other than what a realtor is doing.
It just depends. Yeah,
Any realtor.
Yeah, not any realtor. I mean, not every realtor or real estate professionals created equally. Not any professional in any industry.
Well, yes, I know.
So what I'm saying
but
is you have an investment property is what they would call it. It's distressed.
yes.
I deal in distressed property. I'm an expert in distressed property. So let's take this for instance. Say that you got an offer today for this property for $55,000. All right, they said we're going to close in 30 days. You'd be over the moon. That's what you want, right? However, 9 times out of 10, I want to say 10 times out of 10, but 9 times out of 10, they're not actually the buyer. They're going to go find a buyer or try to. They're going to market it not on the MLS, but with all these other people, sites, whatever. That's how the industry is. There are actual buyers, but you got to get stuff cheap for that to make sense. I'm an actual buyer. I buy a ton. I'm just shooting you straight. You're not going to get a straight out cash offer for $55,000 from an investor for this property. But if you want to make 55, this is what I could do. I've been doing this 20 years. I'm an expert at what I do. I will use our agent partner there. I will use our call center. I will market the hell out of it, and I'll give you feedback. I think that there are 2 comps that I see off of Acorn. You know, it's little less than a mile away. I'd like to stay half a mile, but this is pretty rural. But I think that's going to yield you more money, is all I'm saying. Because cash, I don't see anybody paying more than $35 for this. And I'm not marking it up a ton. There's not like this huge margin on this deal. I'm open to whatever. I don't think you're going to get on the phone with somebody that has more tools than I do.
No, but I'm not sold. I don't feel like I'm in a situation where I have to do anything right now either.
Oh, yeah, you never have to do anything. I'm just saying if you want to sell, if you want $55,000, I feel decent about that doing that route. If the money thing's not huge and you're like, hey, I just want to sell it and cash out, be done, cool. I'll make you a cash offer. I'll be the buyer. I'll close whatever.
Yeah, I'm not good.
Yeah,
I'm not good.
Yeah.
I will not come out whole with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. What's the most important thing for you in this transaction?
The most important thing is I want to come out with 55. I don't mind waiting a bit to sell it, and I don't want to put any more money into it.
That's the solution I offered you. I'll cover closing costs at $55,000.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but for the fact that I don't know. It's something I'd have to think about. But I will.
Yeah.
I'll
either
think
way.
about it.
Yeah, either way, we do a ton of business. Let me know if you want 55.
Yeah, because I feel like I don't want to get stuck in any kind of contract on a selling based on what somebody's going to buy it, and then that's one thing I found out about real estate agents. Not real, well, they like pricing. They want to sell things quick too, So
We
they
don't
like,
nobody makes money unless you make money. You know what I mean? We're not here to practice. I wouldn't be making you some deal just to make a deal. If timing is your issue and you don't want to be in a contract forever, let's do 30 days. And if we don't get where we need to be, then, it's done. Contract's terminated. But I don't like to do things just to do them.
Okay, I will. All right, so I think I got it. Let me consider it, and I will get back to you. And your name is Travis?
Travis Wells, yes ma'am.
Okay, all right. Thanks for talking to me, Travis.
Yeah, when do you want to talk next?
I don't know. Honest to God, I don't know. I'm at work, though.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good. Have a good day.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, Clinton, she was not very motivated. Although it was interesting because she wanted 55. I gave her the option for 55. Cash on that's 30, 35. So I'm not the kind of person that's going to lock something up 20,000 high and try to beat them down. Like, I do one or two things. I'm either going to tell you what price I'm buying it for, or I'm going to market it. I'm being super transparent with her. Some people like it, some people don't. Yeah, she's not motivated. I handle her objections. What's the most important thing? I want 55. Okay, I'll get you 55. I gotta think about it. What do you gotta think about? I don't know. Time. Okay, cool. We'll do 30 days. Like, I don't think she knows what the hell she wants. So, anyways, what's up, Anthony? Alright, yeah, Britt came in. She was telling me bye. She didn't know I was on the live. But let's rock and roll. Let's do another one. I got people calling me out the wazoo right now. I got a novation that this agent, let me tell this agent real quick. I'll call her back. Call you, we'll be done with this in like 30 minutes? Call you in 30. Yeah, I'm hiring an agent to list a novation somebody sent me to partner with them on in Houston. It's a badass deal. So I told her, I was like, hey, we got to get this listing agreement out the door. Anyway, I'm going to put this in warm leads. I think it's warm. There's no way in hell, like, anybody's going to offer anything straighter or better. Y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. Everybody's, oh, yeah, we'll do it. And then you get beat the hell down, and I don't like playing that game. I talked to this lady yesterday. That happened to her for a year. Some wholesaler had it locked up and kept playing games. Like, I don't know. I don't like that. Anyways, I offered 55 novation or 35 cash. She's going to call me back, maybe. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, you're right. Motivation's got to be there to do a deal, and something is holding her back. Alright, so the reason I have all these warm leads, I want you to note this. So y'all ever get in your pipeline and you just call leads and they're not answering? You do that all day. Do you know why when I get on here, leads are answering right away? So before I get on here, and this is a hack, alright? And I tell people in my wholesales group, I want you to send a mass text to your pipeline and say, hey, do you still have a property you'd like to sell? You're going to get yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Categorize them how they are and call them. And speed to lead is super important. Harvard did a study on this. If you do it in the first however many minutes, like, you're likely to talk to them. Alright? So anyways, I'm going to go to my notifications. Alright, this person said no, so we're going to put them, they said no in a really weird way. I'm not going to read that whole message. But essentially it's a no. Alright, yes I do. It's located in Dallas. Cool. Alright, let's call these people. Calling you now.
Hello.
Hey Joseph, it's Travis. I just saw your text about Mariposa.
Oh, okay. Travis, I
in the middle of something. Can you give me a call back in 5 minutes?
Yep, we'll call you in 5 minutes.
Okay.
All right, bye. All right, we need to call them in 5 minutes, so let's put that. That's pretty hot if they're serious about calling them back in 5 minutes. You see how everybody's answering, right? I'm not BSing you, and I'm telling you this hack about sending the message. It's going to save you half a day of work. Here's the thing. You need 20 connects a day. You need to talk to 20 people a day. And if you can get everybody at the front of the list instead of trying to get somebody to answer, that's a shorter day, right? Or if you want to work the same amount of time, that's more money, right? Either way, how you look at it. All right, let's put add note, wants a call back in 5 minutes. All right, save. Threw it in warm. Let's keep on going through our notification. This person said, what is your offer? Francisco, I don't know, but I will call you. Calling you now. And I let them know I'm calling. Tell me if you have this many answers when you call. Hey Francisco, it's Travis calling you back about Tillery Avenue.
Okay.
Yeah, how much you want for that lot, man? Okay, you don't have a number in mind?
I do. I like a on the top of it, honestly.
You like, huh?
I'll tell you what, I'm looking for probably about 100,000 for it. And the reason I say that, I know it sounds like, well, it's a nice number of flats. You've got Amazon less than 5 minutes away, Walmart less than 5 minutes away, a major home improvement store, which is Lowe's, 5 minutes away, all the shopping right there by Walmart. And then right now they're in the process, they just tore down less than 2 minutes walking distance, they tore down a bunch of woods, and they are putting a huge shopping center as well there. And then there's another lot that had a house on it on the same street. They tore the house down and put a new house on it, and they sold that new house for $407,000. So that's the reason that I'm looking around $100,000 for that lot.
Okay. There's only one comp in the area. It's off of Bagley Street. Do you know where that is?
Yeah.
It's like, what, two streets over. It is roughly the same size as your lot, just a little smaller. It sold for $82,500. They sold it in like 30 days for $82,500. So yours is just a little.
Yeah, I know which lot that is. Okay. I grew up in that neighborhood, so it's actually across the street from mine. But how long ago was that? That was about a year ago, wasn't it?
No, it was September 30th. And lots don't really, it's not like a house and appreciating. So what I think you're not too far off on retail value. I think it's probably a $90,000 lot. I don't think you're nuts. I think you're close. There's a few ways I can help you. We could list it for $90,000. That's complete retail. My cash offer, and any investor's cash offer, is going to be about 30% less than market value. All right, so I could list it for you for 90 because I think it'll sell for that. I don't think it'll sell for 100, but I think it'll sell for 90. Or if I go times 70%, that'll give us a 30% discount. I'm at 63,000. So
How much?
63.
There's no way I'll sell it for 63.
Okay, how about we list it for 90? What it'll sell for?
Well, I'm okay, so I'm confused. So you're not looking to buy it, you're looking to list it for me?
No, I'm looking to buy it, but the buy price doesn't work for you. So since the buy price doesn't work, luckily I'm a licensed broker. I can list it, right? There's two different price points. There's a retail price, your family's going to come in and buy it, some family, or there's an investor, and they got to have a discount. It's usually 30% because you got to make money if you're an investor. So I can do either. I can help you, is what I'm saying. I have two options to help. You don't want to do the cash one, so why don't we list it?
Yeah. Okay, I'll I'll be honest with you. The absolute least that I would take on that property is $90,000.
Cool. Let's list it. Let's get it sold for you. It looks like your other one, your neighbor's property, moved in 28 days. Yours is a little bigger. So let's list it for 90 and let's rock and roll.
So, do you get commission off of this, or?
Yeah. I charge 3%. I always recommend paying a total 6 so that you have a buyer's agent. Bring an offer too. We have a call center. So what happens when we get a listing is, say me and you were like, you know what, let's list this thing for 90, right? Let's get it moved. We try 95 too, but I think it's going to be sitting a little longer. But we could try that. It's not out of like craziness if you're worried about commission. But 6%, what's 9 times 6? 27, 5,700. So you got like 5,700 commission, right? Between buyer and seller. We could try 95, but let's just say it's sold at 90 and you're still netting 80-something thousand bucks.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's something I want to do right now, honestly, because I do have a couple other people that's reached out, investors that they're wanting it. So I don't know, man. It's something I really need to think about. Honestly, it wasn't even on my mind to sell it until I started getting calls on it, and I just feel it's a good opportunity, a good time for me to use that money to grow my own business.
Do you owe anything on this?
Okay.
Do you owe anything on the lot?
No, it's 100% paid for.
Now tell me if this makes sense, if this logic makes sense. Your neighbor lot sold for $82,000 to a family. All right. Why would an investor pay more than that? What good? Like, how are they going to make money? And I'm asking you genuinely, if you believe some investors you're talking to.
Okay, so honestly, if you think about it, down the road about, I don't know, I want to say a year or 2 years ago, roughly, they tore a house down, which that cost money to tear a house down. They rebuilt a new house, a two-story new house, and they sold that new house for $407,000 on the same street, just on the opposite side of the woods. Honestly, they're going to take you to build a house like the one they built, I would say roughly about $215,000, $220,000, and they're netting over $100,000 profit, over $150,000 profit.
I've got comps pulled up for the last year, and the most expensive house that sold was $346,000, and that was over off Eagle Heights.
Here, let me see if I can get you the address. Hang on a second. And you'll see it. Almost pull this up real quick. Give me just a second. Get my bearings to where I'm at. See, I own the house next door to that lot as well.
Awesome.
Where is it? No. It's just in Bagley and Hillary. Alright. So okay. It's off market obviously now. But let's see. What's that? Okay, 716 North Hillary Avenue.
North Tillery Avenue.
Yeah, 716.
All right, let me pull it up. I'll look at the ML, like what it's sold on MLS for. Hang on.
Okay. That one is sold at 400, if I'm not mistaken, 407,000. Right now, it's off market, but it's on there for 440.
Oh, but it hasn't sold?
No. It's off market, but it did sell for $407,000. I looked up.
Oh, back in 23.
I'm sorry?
It sold. So here's what it was on the market, bro. It was on the market 150 days, and then it sold finally in December of 2022. It was on the market half a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't good. You know what I mean? That takes a particular ass to put in that seat. But here, look, all I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. You talk to who you need to talk to, whatever. I'm just saying, if you think about it, if a family is buying lots for $80-something thousand, which you have a little bigger lot, so I agree with you. It's a $90,000 lot. 100% agree with you. A family's spending that. There's no way in hell an investor is going to pay that. Like, it doesn't make sense. They got to be under that. A builder's got to be at 10% of the market value of a house. So if a house sells at 400, they got to be at 40 for a lot. So that ain't your buyer. But if you have an investor and they're like, hey, I could buy this lot and resell it, okay, they're going to go pull the comps. Damn, there's only one lot sale and it sold for 82. How the hell are they going to make money? You see what I'm saying? I'm just talking straight. I'm talking straight. So I think you're gonna. I don't know, if you don't owe anything. I think we list this thing and get you paid. And that's just my. But I don't own it. It's not mine. I'm just shooting you how I see it.
So how much do you think I can honestly get for it then?
I think we list it for 95, and I think you're probably gonna sell it for 90.
Okay, then take roughly what about 5,700 off that?
Yeah, and then whatever taxes, if you owe any taxes.
Yeah, I do. I owe about $3,000 right now.
All right, they're going to take taxes out. Title policy's cheap as hell on a lot. So let's say, I don't know, let's call it 57, 67, 87. Let's just call it 10 grand to be safe. It shouldn't be that much, but call it 10 grand. You end up with 80 G's, dude, like in your pocket.
Yeah, no, I see your point. I see the numbers. But I don't know. Let me think about it because I do have other stuff that I'd like to do with that money, and I'm looking to grow my business, and I need to make the smart move now while I can. But let me see, because I do have another gentleman also that I haven't talked to him yet. He lives there on the same street that he recently bought. Not recently, about a year ago, more property on that street. He told me he was looking to buy more when I got ready to sell it. Let him know. I don't know. I need to weigh my options and probably reach out to him as well first, and then go from there.
What did he give you the address of the house that he owns on that street?
He lives right on the corner on Goodman and Terry.
Cool. All right, man. Yeah, talk to him. Let me know. I'll call you back. I don't know how long you like to think about things.
A few days. I'm going on vacation next week, so give me about a week at least.
Cool. I'll call you in a week, man.
All right. Sounds good.
Have a good day.
You do the same.
All right, bye. You gotta tell people how it is sometimes, y'all. Yeah, David, I like Planta. I used to do veg. My buddy owns that company, and he's a big deal. But Planta's my favorite, dude. It's like candy, right? They have a cinnamon roll. Oh, God. They have a Twix version. It's not called Twix, which that one's pretty good if you like that. But I like the cinnamon roll. Dude, it's so badass. Clinton, I did get to eat, but it's not what you think. So, like, I got 100 extra grams of rice after my workout today, and I get to eat 100 grams of beets with my meals. Like, it's not, but it is more sustaining, so, like, my brain's functioning a little bit. I've been up since 3:45 because I'm on prep, and I'm so hungry, my body thinks it's trying to survive. So, anyways, I wanted to do my live earlier today while I still have capacity. Let me know if y'all have any questions on these calls, if you would have done anything different. Some people just surprise me a little bit, but I get it. They're not real estate experts, right? It's our job to be the expert, to educate people. All right, so I'm going to put this in the description. Let's list for 95K. Call him in a week. And I'm not going to crush it at 95K, but it's something, right? I'm already on the phone with these people, and I'm not going to list it. I'm going to go hire an agent. They're going to pay me 50%. I'm an agent, but I don't mess with that kind of stuff. If it's small, I just give it to people and they can pay me 50%. I don't spend time on it. All right, cool. So we're going to put this in warm leads. Y'all see how many conversations I'm having. Tell me though, like in the comments, if you would, like, do y'all have this many conversations when you're calling, or are you spending time chasing people? Dude, my phone, look, this dude just called us right now. Oh, we just talked to him. All right. Let's see. This dude said no. All right, let's throw him in dead leads. It's important to categorize all your leads too as they're coming in. All right, let's keep rolling. Or you know what? This one dude said he needed a call back in 5 minutes, right? Let's call him. Boom. Oh, he called us right now too. Sweet. Dallas? Hell yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Joseph, it's Travis. I got caught on the other line trying to make another deal.
Oh, that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah, how much do you want for Mariposa?
I'm looking at 550.
Okay, you mind telling me just a little bit about it?
Yes, this is a duplex, and one side of it is 2 bedroom, 2 bath, around 1550 square feet. The other side, 1663, is 2 bedroom, 1 bath. If you go online to Zillow, there are pictures of the 1661 side because I happen to have it up for lease right now. That would give you an indication of what that side looks like. Both sides are not equal. The 1663 side needs some updating and work done to it because it has not been updated. Oh my God. That tenant's been with me for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
And in that period of time, I just was not able to get in there and do updating on it.
Okay, I got it pulled up. Yeah, it looks pretty nice on that side. And the other side, you said it's just, but it's still rented, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is. It's still rented. The 1663 side rents for $2,300 per month. And the other side rents for $1,650 per month.
Okay. Let's see, 2,400 and 1,650. And why are you selling it?
Why am I selling it?
Yes, sir.
I'm closing out my rental business, and I had 5 of these buildings at one time. And I'm getting older, and I'm wanting to cut down on my workload and do other things other than manage property.
That makes sense.
I mean, they have no mortgage on them, so they're mortgage free, which is one of the reasons that I'm willing and would even prefer to do a carryback on them.
Okay, so you'd hold a note, is what you're...
Correct. Yes. Yes.
Okay. What would that note look like if you held it?
The note would look like, I would like at least $55,000 to $60,000 down.
Okay.
I prefer 15-year with a balloon buyout.
Okay.
That allows the buyer time to accrue some funds from it, go ahead and do the updating on 1663 that does need to be done. My other unit, which is right across the street, on my 2 bedroom, 2 bath, on that unit, I get $2,300 a month. On my 2 bedroom, 1 bath, I get $2,000 per month. So that's what the difference would be with updating 1661. And if you updated it to 2 bedroom, 2 bath, you're looking at $2,300 to $2,400 a month. So it's a good potential for a buyer, and keeping their payments as low as possible while they can get that rent up is fine with me.
What kind of balloon would you want? 5 years?
I didn't understand that question, please.
You said balloon. Would you want a 5? What kind of balloon note? Did you say 15-year balloon, or did you say what?
15.
Oh, 15-year balloon.
15 year.
Okay.
Right.
And then what kind of payment would you be open to? Like $2,000, $2,500? What are you thinking? And that's with them paying had taxes, insurance, maintenance, of course.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
And you would be responsible for the taxes and insurance on it.
Okay, so I'd be interested at 550. Let me just repeat this to you because I have it all written down. 550, let's say 50,000 down, 2,000 a month, and a 15-year balloon.
If you'll put that in writing and send that to me, let me take a look over your offer. Send it to this email. Rent, R-E-N-T,
Okay.
Dallas, D-A-L-L-A-S, this is all lowercase,
Okay.
at 278, wait a minute, scratch that. Rent Dallas 278 at gmail.com.
Awesome. I'm going to draft this. I'll get it to you this afternoon. Does that sound good?
That sounds fine.
Rent Dallas 278. Okay, and again, my name is Travis Wells.
Okay,
And-
yeah, include your name in there on that, and I can't think of anything else at the moment, but yeah, if you'll send me that proposal, appreciate it.
I'm going to send it via PDF and Dropbox sign. That way, if you do say, hey, you know what, I like this, let's do it, then you can sign it via Dropbox sign. If not, let me know and we'll amend it. But at least you have the PDF. That way, if you're kind of person that likes to print it or something, you'll be able to do that as well.
Yeah. Travis, between you and me, I won't sign anything until you see the property.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to look at it, you have to see it, you have to know what you're getting into.
You can at least tell me you're
I
interested.
really I don't want to be signing anything and withdrawing it from the market.
Yeah.
And not taking offers on it, and then you decide this isn't going to work for you. So let's start off with the proposal. We'll set up a time for you to see it, and we'll see how we go from there.
Okay, can we do this at least? Can you at least tell me before we, I'm sure you will, that's why you're doing it this way, but can you at least say, you know what, I'm interested in your proposal, let's set up a time to see it kind of thing?
All the way around.
Okay, that way you don't tell me after, hey, I'm not even interested. Yeah, okay.
Travis, your proposal's good.
Okay.
Send it to me.
Okay, perfect. I'll get it to you, Mr. Joseph.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Bye.
That's a 0% interest deal in Dallas, Texas. You notice how we didn't talk interest whatsoever. That's a badass deal. That was badass. Alright, cool. Let's see, Miranda, are you on prep? Beats are good. Yes, I'm on prep. I'm 3 weeks out from my show. Look at my cheeks. Like, if you saw me in person, it's like Skeletor, like the fat under your eyes. It's gone. But we're still shredding. Dude, I'm stoked about this deal. I'm going to put this in the notes. That is a hot deal. We talk 0 interest. Note that, right? We talk 0 interest. He even wants a 15-year balloon at 0% interest. The comp is $593 right down the street. On the same street, there's a duplex in the same condition. It sold for $593 on the market. He's given us the equity, so I already know it's reasonable because he's saying we can update that other unit if we'd like. Yeah, prep face. Do you compete, Miranda? Are you familiar with the sport? You sound like it when you're talking about prep and stuff. 15-year balloon, and this is why I offered him $2,000 a month because I added the amounts, and he's getting $2,400 and $1,650. So he's getting $4,000, and my rule is half of that, right? But the value add here is to go in and use the equity he's giving and get another $600 a month on the other side, increasing the NOI. This is a good deal. Boom. We hit it. I think this is a partner deal too. Let me see. Somebody sent me this. Let's see who sent me this. Damn, where's my... if y'all saw how many tabs I had open, you would be like, dude, you have a problem. This was a partner deal from... Brittany, I don't know how to pronounce your name, Brittany Shahuber. But that's a good deal. All right? I'm stoked about this. Anyway, I'm going to put this in the notes. Wants a proposal for, let's see, 550, right? 550,000, 50,000 down, 0% interest, 15-year balloon, 2,000 a month per month. That's it. All right, cool. So I'm going to put this on my to-do list. make proposal. I'm not going to do it while I'm on the phone because it's a lot of work. And y'all be sitting here just like watching me type. I got to write everything down right now because like usually I can keep all this stuff in my head, but right now I'm a little food deprived. So bear with me. All right, we're going to throw this. I'm going to put this in contract sent. But I'm going to take the automations off. Usually I have automations that say, hey, did you receive the contract? I'm going to take those off. That way he's like, they'll be like, what? You didn't send it? But that way I remember worst case. All right, so I've got tons of notifications coming in still. And ask me questions if y'all think maybe you would have done it, the call different or structured it different. All right, I'm putting dead leads on the people that told me no. And also, do y'all get this many people to answer? I wanted like a poll. Tell me, like, because if you don't, you have to utilize this strategy. All right, cool. So we've texted this person 4 times. They finally responded. Same message. Do you still have a property you like to sell? They just said yes. Let's call them. Calling you meow. Should I put meow or now? Put now.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message.
All right, let's double dial. If they don't answer, I want you to do something too. A lot of people miss out on this. And I want you to think about it.
Your call
Do you
has
always
been
answer your
forwarded
phone?
to voicemail.
No. You might be a texter. I'm a texter. I don't answer my phone. So put this message if people aren't responding to you. Would you rather text? And they're going to say yes. And if they don't, next question is, what's the address if you don't have it? Or if you have it, how much do you want? Start texting, all right? Not everybody's a caller. All right, so we're going to put this in warm leads. I have callers that call all the warm leads, right? That's what they do. They sit at the desk and they call the warm leads. So, like, I'm hiring another one Monday. She's a VA, $3 an hour, and I'm going to train the hell out of her. All right, this one said already sold. All right, we're going to throw that in dead leads. Boom. All right, this one said no. We got to throw that in dead leads. I'll go through all these notifications with y'all. Then I got to get with this realtor to list this novation I have because she's been trying to get a hold of me all morning. All right, this one says, I am about to list a property in San Antonio. Boom. Let's call. First, let me see if y'all have anything in the comments. Prep. No, not crap. All right, cool. Y'all just sitting there with your teeth in your mouth. I'm just kidding. All right. This one's on Dory Street in San Antonio. By the way, I just started a business fitness group. You got to make $100,000 a year to be in there. Because if you're not, you're having different, I don't want to say problems, struggles right now, that you're not so much focused on the fitness side sometimes.
Please leave your message for...
If y'all are interested in that, I've got 14 members in there right now. It's $300 a month. I'm giving macro plans, workout plans. We're doing check-ins in the group, and we're having one call a week for like accountability and stuff. If that's something you're interested in. I'm still running wholesales where I'm teaching this stuff. And we're meeting twice a week. I just like surrounding myself with people doing what I like to do. That way I'm always doing what I want to do. I'm getting paid for it, and they're making money too. Or getting, if fitness, they're getting benefit because, you know, when you're getting fit or whatever.
Please leave your message.
All right. So this person said asking 135. Do you already have an agent? Curious about that first because I want to see if they've already signed listing docs. I'm going to put this in warm leads. See if we can have a conversation there. All right. Somebody just sent me their address. Boom. Oh yeah, they said, would you rather text? They sent me the address. Cool. How much you want? Don't be afraid to text, y'all. Like, these people didn't answer me earlier. Every single person I've reached out to has responded, either text or call. Like, do you have 100% response? Do this, and you're gonna be a lot better off. I promise. All right, save. I'm saving their address. How much do you want? I want to see what they want. We'll talk in text. Easier for me. All right, let's keep rolling. This person said, "Oh, we already talked to Francisco." These people said make an offer. All right, this is a little harder on text, but let's go ahead and make an offer. All right. Screw it. I'm not afraid. Oh, it's listed too. All right, cool. So this one is in Louisiana. It's been listed for 38 days. So what? I don't just go in and like lowball. I run a quick comp. It takes me 5 seconds. I copy and paste it. I'm walking you through my brain. I put it in prop stream. Boom, it's there. All right, analysis. This is how long. It don't take me long. Open comps. I just look at what the hell the price ranges are selling for. Boom. All right, 149 to 170 or it's 230. They've got it listed for 203. 1,600 square foot, smallest lot on the block, same year model or same year. All right, they've got a $155,000 house. They're trying to sell it for 203. I can tell you right now why it's not selling. All right. So what I'm gonna do is say 155 times 70%. Boom. I got 1085. All right. So now I'm gonna text them. I'm just gonna say 110K close in 10 days. All right. Cool. They asked for it. They didn't get on the phone with me, so we can't find out motivation. We can't talk through it. All right. Do you start property sell realtors for both? All right. Cool. We're gonna put them in long-term follow-up. All these people responded to me. Let's see. This person says, not at this time. You'd have to text John. John is willing to talk to you. He's the power of attorney. I'm not doing that. Someone's doing a novation with them, and I'm not doing that. All right. Cool. Boom. We're going to keep rolling. I want to deal with the homeowner only. This person said, have a great day. Okay, thanks, Alfred. This is how fast I move when I'm doing leads. Like, I'll talk to 100 people when, like, most people aren't. They're talking to 5, maybe. All right, this person said no. Cool. I'm putting you in dead leads. All right, I'm filtering all this stuff right now. All right, this person says, yes, I would love to sell it. Are you ready to purchase it? Heck yeah. Calling you now. All right, let's roll. I want you to get like a notebook, piece of paper, whatever, and tally actual conversations. Not calls, but conversations you have today. All right? Tally them up. Hey, Jaime, it's Travis calling you back about County Road 180.
Okay.
Yeah, I got your text.
Well, I'm ready to sell it within a week's time. I needed some purchase equity, what do you call it? Money on the title place.
What do you
So
mean?
you got a week to come and look at it and decide how much you're going to get for it.
I guess I'm confused with the situation. You said money at the title place.
Yeah, earnest money. Earnest money at the title place.
What about earnest money? You're saying you're interested in selling it, you're going to require earnest money to sell it, right? That's, or for us to buy it, is what you're saying?
You got a week to look at it and make up your mind if you can buy it or not.
Let's just start from the beginning. How much do you want for it?
I'm looking at about $430,000.
Okay, you mind telling me a little bit about it?
Not right now because I'm getting ready to eat. Okay.
Okay. I'm a buyer.
But
I'm
I
interested.
just want somebody to buy it off of me.
Okay.
I don't want you to sell it for me.
Yeah, I'm a
Get the
buyer.
picture right there?
I understand where you're coming
Okay.
from. Have you been in a situation where you were under contract with somebody and they were trying to sell it and you didn't know about it?
No contract. No contract whatsoever right now.
Okay, you just sound like you were scarred. Is why I'm asking.
No.
All
Okay,
right.
I'll talk to you later, though. I gotta finish my meeting.
When do you want to talk? Because I'm a buyer. I'm interested. So I just need to talk about it to come up with an offer.
In 15 minutes. Give
All
me
right.
15 minutes, you can call me back.
All right, we'll talk in 15 minutes, Jaime. Bye. All right, cool. That looks like a deal off the bat, but we'll see condition and stuff and see what the hell's going on. Because a house is over there selling for $800 and he wants $400, so something's really got to be weird with it. Maybe not. Maybe I got really lucky, but we'll see. I'm gonna put warm lead. There's always flags, so always dig in. If it's too good to be true, it doesn't mean it is, but you should find out. All right, once I think he said 400 or 400 to 450. Call back in 15 minutes. He was eating. Hot ass leads. These were free, by the way. I make posts. I'm like, hey, JV with me. Send me your leads. Put them in a spreadsheet. Email them to me. I'll get some novations. I'll close them for you. I got closers. That's what we do. These are people's dead leads. What the hell, right? It's not. You gotta know how to work these. You gotta know how to work your leads, y'all. Like, pay attention because this is it. It's easy. All right, let's see. They don't want to. This people don't want to sell. No, okay, cool. Let me go jump over here to comments. See what the hell y'all got. All right, Travis is a great coach. Y'all missing out if you don't enjoy. You know what? Anthony is right. Y'all gotta get in wholesales because we do this stuff in wholesales. Like, I go over all this stuff. I bring in my connections. Anyways, if you want to make money, don't roll your eyes and be like, oh, he's pitching me. If you want to make money, you got to get in rooms with people making money. If you keep doing the same thing you keep doing, you keep getting the same results you keep getting. I don't care what it is. It could be fitness. It could be whatever the hell. Real estate. Right? You keep doing the same thing. You keep getting the same thing. Now, if you like what you're getting, keep doing the same thing. If you don't, change it up. Make a U-turn. That's all I'm saying. All right, cool. Let's roll. All right. So let's keep notifications just blowing up. These people said no, which I like no's. Because these are all like, so when I get a list of leads, I send a blast text, right? I don't just sit there and call them. I send a blast text. I see who's warm, who's not. I categorize them all, and I keep that on repeat. So do my closers, all right? These people said no. I'm going to keep scrolling down notifications. These people said stop. Cool. We got to throw them in dead leads. No big deal. All right. And I found out recently that a lot of CRMs don't have the capability to blast text. If you have a CRM and you're not able to do that, you're missing out. That's ridiculous. And you need to switch. I use Investor Plug. I can hook you up. Yes, I get paid for that. But I use it, so I pitch it. I believe in it. I don't pitch crap I don't use or believe in. So that's just what I believe. These people said no, they don't want to sell. Cool. We'll throw you in dead leads. Lots of no's, which I like. I like no's, I like yeses. Alright, we're going to keep going. This one said no. Okay. Put you in dead leads. But everybody I call is answering. I wish I had counted how many people we've talked to. This one said no. Okay, dead leads. I'm filtering all these out, y'all. This is crazy. I got so many warm leads. All right. These people said yes. Cool. I like it. Do you start property sell? Yes. I'm calling you, Alicia. Notice how my intro, when they respond, act like they call me. They respond to me. I'm still in a favor.
Your call has been forwarded to an...
All right. She responded, but she didn't answer. So I'm going to say, how much do you want? Oops. And y'all witnessed a badass seller finance 0% pitch live today in Dallas, Texas. I want you to freaking think about that. All right. So I'm going to put this in warm leads. And it wasn't hard. I just asked him what he wanted, gave it to him. All right, I steered the ship a little bit. I did text you last week. My answer was yes, I do want to sell. Cool, we must have missed it. So I'm going to give you a call. Calling you now. This one's in Houston.
Hello.
Hey, Munir, this is Travis calling you back about Spring Drive. I just saw your text.
Okay.
How much do you want for it?
Which one? What's the address?
2211 Irish Spring Drive is what I have. Do you have multiple properties you're selling?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Let's talk about this one first.
Okay.
How much do you want for it?
225.
Okay, you mind telling me just a little bit about it?
Sure. We put two 6 years ago, shingle. We put garage door, and we changed the water heater and put appliances at that same time. A year and a half ago, we changed all carpet in all rooms, and 2 months ago, we renovated both bathrooms. This is rental property. It's been rented for quite some time to the same people.
Okay. And why are you selling, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I want to retire. I want to sell all my property, and it's the time for me to retire. I've been doing it for 40 years, and time to hang my head.
That makes sense. And you have a renter in there currently, right?
Yes, it's rented for the same people for 15 years.
Are they on a month-to-month lease or a year-long lease?
Normally, when people move into the house, I don't renew the contract after the first year. It will go automatically month-to-month lease. As long as they pay, they can stay.
Okay. And what do they pay for rent?
$1,500.
All right. Are you open to holding a note, or do you want to just cash out?
Cash out.
Okay. I have a couple options. Cash offer would be lower, but I think we'd be able to do $200,000 if you wouldn't mind us marketing it. We still we cover closing costs still.
So let me just write down what, because I received so many options with other people too. I'll see which one will fit my price.
Is that what's the most important thing? Is it price?
Let's just take it one at a time. You said in a law you pay $200,000 as cash out.
No. If I was going to pay cash, I would be less. I said that we do $200,000, cover closing costs, but we wouldn't be the buyer. We would be marketing it.
Just send me the bottom line, and then I'll tell you exactly if I agree or not.
$200,000 bottom line.
Okay, this is cash out, or you have something else in your mind?
Nope. 200,000. That's bottom line. We just wouldn't be the buyer. We'd be marketing it, but we still cover closing costs. We just mark it up some.
Okay, what comes to my pocket?
200,000 less prorated taxes.
Yeah, okay, I understand. Correct tax and appropriation. I understand that. Okay. What else you have in mind?
You probably don't want to hear my cash offer if I were to buy it whenever you wanted, so that's the closest to what
Okay,
you want.
this $200,000, it's creative financing or what?
No. What I would do is I'd be marketing it. So I'd utilize MLS, I'd utilize our call center. I'd find more of a retail buyer, more of a retail investor. And that's how I would get you more money. And I just mark it up some. In all transparency.
Another way you want to be the middleman.
Yeah. You don't care how you get 200,000, right?
Yeah, what's the period of time that you're looking at to sell it for? You wait for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 6 months, whole year?
So you have a neighbor over off of Live Oak, 1818, very similar metrics. You actually have more square footage and a bigger lot, same year. They sold for $249 in 40 days. So I would say 60 days or less would be realistic.
What if you don't sell it in 50 days? What will happen?
Then I don't sell it.
Then say goodbye, I'm sorry.
Yeah, then I don't sell it. We could always do a 30-day agreement, and if I don't sell it, I don't sell it.
Yeah, don't sell it, don't sell it.
Yep.
No, I wouldn't be interested in that. I want cash out if you want to buy it yourself, and you can put it in the market the way you want it after that.
My cash offer is $150.
Well, okay, sure, appreciate your call, and I'm not interested.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All
Sure,
right.
appreciate it.
Whatever. All right. Comps are $240, bro. Nobody's gonna pay you $220 cash. Anyways, all right. So we're gonna put that in long-term follow-up, and I need to tell this agent to resend this listing. Hang on. Can you resend listing agreement, please? And I'm gonna put you consent to both of us. Alright, cool. I declined a listing agreement earlier because they had a deposit on there. And I was like, hey, I'm not paying a deposit if I'm doing a novation. Alright. That was just a non-motivated freaking seller. You get that, right? They're non-motivated. They'll sit there forever and ever and ever. Alright. These people said no. That's a dead lead. You see stuff sitting on the market all the time forever. It's those people. Unrealistic. Alright, man, I have so many freaking messages right now. We have a lot of calls. I really need to call this other agent back. Oh, man, are y'all cool with me calling this agent while we're... I'm not going to do that. I'll do it a little bit. Alright. Yes, only if the offer is decent. Okay, cool. We've texted this person 7 times. They finally responded. Cool. Calling you back. Calling you now. And I cannot wait to send this proposal for this seller finance deal in Dallas.
Hello?
Hey, Kimberly, this is Travis. Just calling you back from your message.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good.
What's the address of the property you'd like to sell?
What'd you say?
What's the address of the property you'd like to sell?
It's 245 Sitesworth, C as in cat, Y as in yellow, T as in Tom, E as in Eric, WORTH, one word, Road, Estes Park, Colorado.
All right. Okay, I see it's listed. It looks super nice. It's like a cottage style. Been listed for 184 days. What's been your feedback on the market?
The market is really weird because people are super finicky.
Yeah.
Like, we've gotten a few offers and then we'll counter offer and then they just like ghost us. So we're actually going to be probably taking it off market next week because we're just tired of dealing with the market.
Yeah. Have they been like cash offers or retail buyers?
Both the cash offers were a little too low.
Yeah. What were they like at 400
the
or
retail
something?
buyers are finicky.
Yeah. What was cash? Cash is coming in like 400 to 450.
Like 480.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we can honestly just hang on to it and do midterm renters. Like you can do midterm rental for the property because it actually comes with the bonus smaller cabin as well. It has its own bedroom and bathroom. But we have a few renters, like temporary, like midterm renters coming in for a month, and we're charging $3,200.
Why are y'all selling it?
We actually love the house, but we actually bought another house like 20 minutes down the road that's a little bigger because we needed a bit more space, and especially with me working at home, I needed an office space that was not in my bedroom.
Yeah. What if I paid you what you wanted, but we got creative about it?
What do you mean?
I don't know if the information's right online. I use a software that tells me like what mortgages are and stuff because this is what I do for a living, so I try to come up with solutions. It says that y'all have a 2.71% interest rate and you owe about 430. Is that right?
Yeah, actually, I think it's 2.5%.
Okay. I'm open to buying it subject to the existing mortgage if that's something you're open to. It goes through an attorney and title just like you normally would, but to keep that interest rate, because they don't give those interest rates out right now. So to keep that interest rate in place, y'all would actually stay on the loan. We would take title and we'd go through an attorney, do all the right paperwork and stuff, but we'd buy it subject to the existing mortgage. And whatever's left over, as far as your equity, we could pay that out in payments with a down payment too.
So what type of down payment at closing are we talking about?
What is on your mind? What kind of cash do y'all want, need? I mean, all this is open for kind of discussion on our end.
I understand. Honestly, if we can get 540, 550 after everything, we would totally more than likely go for that.
Okay, so if we bought it subject to the existing mortgage, we paid $540, so we took over the payments for, let's just say you owe just to keep it easy numbers. Let's say you owe $440 right now. We take over that. There's $100,000 left over in equity. Okay, in that equity, how much would you want in cash?
As close to 100,000 as possible. That's our goal.
Okay, your goal is to get $100,000. That's why you're selling it for the $540.
Yeah, so we can put it toward, like, we want to build on a deck and kind of pay off some debts we accrued moving into the new house. Like, the mortgage company required us to put a brand new roof on our new house before we can even close.
I see.
And then we got in there, and then we had to install a cistern because the well wasn't holding it up. It was shallow. And then we had to do stuff like that we weren't planning on initially.
Okay.
And then have a little bit of money put in savings. So that's our goal. If we can get 100,000, then we'll more than likely be able to acquire from it.
Okay.
It is a great property. We absolutely do love it. It's a great location downtown. You can actually walk to downtown.
Yeah.
Like the shops and restaurants and stuff.
Yeah, this doesn't look horrible. So what would you be open, and I'm not throwing that out the door, but would you be open to $50,000 in cash up front, $50,000 in payments maybe over 3 years? And I'm just playing with the numbers because you said rents, you can rent for $3,500, right?
Yeah, 3,200, and that's also, so long term, you can do about 29 to 3,000 based on my evaluation. And for short-term rentals, where the place is furnished with all the basic stuff you need, bed, utensils, etc.
Yeah.
We're actually been able to do it for 3,200, but you could probably do it a little more because that's still cheaper than a family renting a hotel per night.
Okay.
And it's I think there's like somewhere between 500,000 to 1 million people that come through Estes Park every year.
What's your PITI, like your total payment with taxes, insurance, mortgage? Do you know?
So I think it's $2,381 because we got that sweet interest rate.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cheap.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you'll definitely be getting a surplus of cash after paying the mortgage, which includes the insurance and taxes.
Yeah.
Right now, we're not using the small cabin, but it's really cute and has its own little bathroom and
Awesome.
stuff like that.
Would y'all be open to 50,000 and then up front, like at closing? And tell me no if no. I'm just trying to see. I'm playing with these
Oh
numbers.
no, I totally understand. Could you guys do more than 75, and then we'll do the rest in payment,
Yeah, that might
or
work.
would that be needed?
Let me see. I'll tell you right now.
Okay.
I'm running the math.
Hey, no problem at all.
I think if you could do 60, I think it'll work. If you could do 60 at closing and then we do 40 in payments. I think the numbers could work. And we could do like a cap on it. Like we could do like maybe over 3 years or something, the payments.
Okay. Is there any way to do a lower, like maybe 1 or 2 years?
We could do 2.
2 years? Okay. So we're talking 60 and then the 40 in 2 years in payments over 2 years.
Yeah, which it would be a 2-year balloon.
Okay.
It would be a 2-year balloon. So the payment, here's where my head is, just to be transparent. Your PITI.
Okay, yeah, totally.
Yeah, your PITI is 2,300. We can get 3,000. There's 700 left over. So I'd like to pay that 700 towards these payments for the 2 years, and then have a balloon. I don't know how much that is, times 24. So there's a balloon at the end of there where we owe the rest at the 2 years.
So it would be after 2 years we would get the rest?
Yes. So you would get a payment every month. So you get 60,000 up front, and then you get 700 a month times, there's 12 months in a year, so times 24, that's 16,800. So at the 2-year mark, 40,000 minus 16,800. Oops, whatever, it's 20-something thousand. You have a balloon payment of 20-something thousand.
Okay, so we would just get the whatever's left over at the end of the 2 years in one lump sum.
Correct. And that would be
Okay.
like a second lien too, so to ensure, that you get it.
Okay. So the most you could do at closing is the 60,000?
I think so. I think that's what would work. For us, at least.
Okay. Yeah, no, I fully understand. Could I get that in writing, and I'll discuss it with my husband and let you know here very soon?
For sure. Let me see if
Oh, we do have the home booked through August, by the way, the end of August,
Okay.
with the short-term renters. So, and the furniture that's in the home actually comes with the home.
Awesome. And it's booked for 3,000?
3,200.
Awesome.
So we have a renter a midterm renter that's moving in 25th, even though someone wasn't ready, because we can order a brand new washer and dryer. I have a bunch of, I just did it like a $1,500 order for like home supplies.
Yeah.
If you guys want that, you can just reimburse me for the home supplies like toiletries and stuff, or we can just return it to a store. Or we can just let me know what you guys want to do with that. But yeah, if I can get something in writing, I can go ahead and call my husband now and discuss it, and we can probably continue it pretty quickly.
Okay. Would you send me a copy of your mortgage statement so I could put the exact numbers? And if you don't feel comfortable, I'll just put what we talked about for now. And if it gets serious, you can send that to me.
Yeah, let me log into the app, and I can tell you exactly how much we owe, if that helps.
Yeah. If you could send me a picture where it says the interest rate, what's owed, the payment. It'll say that on the statement. That way I can put that exactly in writing.
And so we would basically stay on the loan, like,
Yes.
so we're depending on you guys to pay the mortgage?
Yes.
Or...
Now, here's how that works. I sold 3 of my personal properties subject to last year. All right. And what we do when we do that is we use a third-party servicing company, myself included, because I sell some of mine that way. So I wanted to get retail, and I couldn't for 3 of mine. And I said, I have a great interest rate, and I know this stuff. And I was like, I'll find a sub-2 buyer. Somebody that's got some cash that wants this deal. But anyways, there's third-party servicing companies that they charge $30 a month, which the buyer pays for, and they alert both parties when a payment's made or missed. That way, there's never a surprise. Say that
so we don't have to worry about it. You guys just have the benefit of keeping the low interest rate.
Correct. And you know that it's getting paid. And say it wasn't, you take it back, deed in lieu of foreclosure. But you don't want to do that. But I'm just saying that is an option.
Yeah, we don't. We try really hard to keep our credit score up and don't want any type of foreclosure or anything. All right. What email you want me to send this to?
I'm sorry.
What email would you like me to send the statement to?
Send it to tc.wells, like Tomcat, tc.wells, that's WELLS, at yahoo.com. And yes, I still use my Yahoo because I refuse to use my company email.
So cc.wells
at yahoo.com.
Hey, it's okay. I still have an AOL address, which I don't use anymore because peer pressure and people were making fun of me. And so I got a Gmail address, but I kept the same username.
Yeah.
My username was created when I was like 16. So it's Kimmy.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, shoot
Yeah.
that over. I'll put that in this. I'll drop an agreement and shoot it over, and y'all let me know what you think, and we'll go from there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I will send this over. If you don't get it within the next 2 or 3 minutes, just text me, and I will resend it,
Awesome. Well,
and we'll go from there.
thank you so much. Great talking to you, and hopefully we can do something.
Yeah, that'd be totally cool. And like I said, it's a great property. We love it, but we needed more room
It looks awesome.
and less neighbors.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, I just sent it, so you should be getting it any second.
Awesome. If I don't, let me check real quick while we're on the phone. Hang on.
And what company are you with again?
Exclusive Equity Corp. Let me text that to you also.
Okay. All right, cool.
Exclusive Equity Corp. I haven't got it, but I'm sure I will. If I don't, I will text you and let you know I didn't get it.
I totally understand.
Awesome.
Oh, got it.
Awesome. Thank
Did
you
you
so
get my
much.
email?
No, I haven't. Let me check my spam. Hang on.
Thank you.
I have not, but I'm sure it will come through. And if it doesn't, I'll text
Oh,
you.
wait, it bounced back.
Okay. Let me text you.
Here, let-
I'll text you this email. Just copy and paste it.
Here, yeah, that's probably easier.
Boom.
All right, here we go. Oh, I put G as in
Okay.
fun part of talking over the phone.
Yeah.
A lot of the letters sound the same to me, so it's one of those things.
All good.
All right. All right. All right. Let me get my phone. All right. There you go.
All right,
Should get it any second now for all this time.
let's see.
And as of right now, it's $430,587 and 99 cents
Okay.
for the balance.
Yeah, I was pretty close. Yeah, I still don't have it yet, but I'm sure it'll come. I'll text you if it doesn't.
All right, sweet. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye. Man, we on fire today, right? We're on fire. All right, let's see. Great negotiating without discussing interest again. 2% interest rate? Like for real in this badass cottage downtown Colorado? Come on. Damn. That's awesome. Nobody's like thought about this? What the hell? All right. Let's see. I got her mortgage statement. Y'all, I got some agreements to write up, but I have so many leads to call. And they were dead leads people sent me. These are all dead leads. These seem dead to y'all? I'm just curious. Just asking for a friend. I don't know. All right, let's keep rolling because I got lots to do. All right, I need to put this in notes so I remember what the hell I negotiated. All right. All right. Purchase sub 2. All right. Pay $60K towards equity. Pay $40K in payments of $700 per month for 2 years with a balloon. Property is rented through August for $3,200 per month. Once a contract. All right, cool. So we're going to put this in contract sent. So we remember this is Dixon inbound lead. Congratulations, bro, Mr. Dixon. We have a very good potential deal for you. All right. Come right up. Let's see. Automation off so it doesn't ask for anything. Oh my goodness, y'all. These are blowing up. Like, I have so many leads calling and texting right now. Holy hell balls. Alright, I gotta get off here because I gotta do these agreements before I call other people. What is this? This dude just texted me, please call me back. You talked about my house a minute ago. I have to call you back, bro. Anyways, I hope y'all got something out of this. I'm just gonna get a lot of deals today. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get a lot of deals because I have so many badass leads that were dead that people sent me. Alright? I hope that this helped you, and I hope you join wholesales, or I hope you join my fitness group, or I hope you enjoyed this.